Hey, in this video today I'm going to compare the two Croods movies from DreamWorks Animation to the Angry Birds movies from Sony Pictures Animation. In both cases, you have only two films. When it comes to the highest score on Rotten Tomatoes, for the Croods franchise, the second movie has the highest score of 77%. For Angry Birds, the second movie has the highest score of 72%. So Croods wins here. Then when you look at the lowest score for each franchise, with Croods, that first movie has the lowest score, and it still has a 71%, which no isn't certified fresh, but it's still a fresh score. Whereas with Angry Birds, that first movie has the lowest score. It's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, only has a 44%. Croods wins again. Then when you look at the average score, Croods has an average of 74, Angry Birds average of 58, Croods wins again. Then when you look at gap between the lowest and highest score, Croods wins again because there's only a gap of 6 between 71 and 77, whereas there's a bigger gap with Angry Birds going from 44% to 72%, so a gap of 28 there. Now let's look at my personal opinion, and in this case, I'm also going with the Croods franchise. I enjoy watching Angry Birds for nostalgic reasons because I remember actually playing the game Angry Birds. I have fond memories of that. But when I look at the first movie, the biggest thing that stands out, which doesn't work, is our main character Red is just unlikable because he gets angry all the time. That's the journey his character's on, learning how to manage his anger better. But because the movie makes him out to be such a hothead, I'm annoyed by him pretty much the whole runtime. That doesn't really work. I think Angry Birds 2 is an improvement over the first film. I like the story more about the people on the birds on this island, learning about this different island where these different animals lived. They try to get along with them, and then there's a animal from the other island that has a connection to one of our angry birds. The two of them reconcile by the time the movie is over. I like the way the movies look. I like quite a good amount of the characters. But when it comes to Croods, first of all, I like that we're following these cavemen. Obviously, that makes the characters more simplistic. I think that's interesting and something different. I like that with the first Croods, you have this prehistoric caveman lady who wants to do something different other than what her family wants her to do, and then they meet this guy who's really nice and sweet. The two of them have a romance, and also it's about the family learning to accept this guy. He's trying to lead them to a different place. At first, we see the whole family is very much under the belief that we should stay in this one area. It will be wrong to deviate from it. We got our home, we're not going to leave here. But then this guy shows them this different place, and also the girl doesn't want to stay in this one place anymore. She wants to explore the world more. And the family learn to be okay with that. With Croods 2, I like that you have this guy meeting up with his actual family, and then we learn that there's a girl his family wants him to be with, there's a girl his family likes, but the guy actually likes this caveman lady, but his family doesn't actually like cave lady. They don't approve at first, but then they learn to actually like her. And you also have the girl's father, the cave girl's father, who at first is not doing the best job at handling things because there's clearly insecurity there. He doesn't want to lose her. We totally get that. It's a pretty human reaction, not uncommon for dads. This feeling that, I don't want to lose my daughter. I want them to stay with me, and thus doing things that the child might not be happy with as a result of an insecurity and fear of loss. But we see the dad not only learns to get over this insecurity, but he also learns to like the guy's family who are not as primitive as the Croods family. They're not cavemen the way the Croods family are. They're a bit more sophisticated, so the families don't like each other at first, but then they learn to like each other, and the dad learns to be happy for his daughter about this guy that she loves. I think it's an interesting, engaging, compelling story. I like the way the Croods movies look. I like the acting. It's obviously not movies that demand too much from the actors, because you're talking about cave people. It's more simplistic, but absolutely still works, I would say. So Croods actually wins all the rounds in this case. That'll be it for this video. Bye, everyone.